What's up, y'all? I know I repeat myself like an NBC, but 6:25 p.m. Saturday, July 11th. I want to talk about the difference between older women and younger women. As I start to grow in life, not grow in life, I ain't doing nothing, bro. I don't know. Whatever you think can think whatever you want me. I don't know, but I don't really think there's a difference in my opinion. I don't think there's a difference. Probably like generations and they seen certain things. Probably like that one's born in the 90s, 80s, or they seen certain things, different movies and shows because the timeline was different. But as far as behavior wise, feminine wise, they're kind of the same. I mean, of course, like an older woman, she's gonna like seem more like a mother role to you or an auntie role to you, but she still has this part of her that still wants to like have fun. Look past the soccer mom persona. Like she still has the part of her where she wants to dress up and do certain things and blah blah blah. Look past the soccer mom. Even though like younger women, she may look young or that she doesn't know anything, that she's naive and she just listens to anything her so-called friends say. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to bring attention to her. She knows how to put herself in certain areas, situations. Who else is she gonna learn it from? Older, woman, what I'm saying? So, like they say, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. I know that sounds so basic, whatever, but that's just kind of what it is. My thing with dogs, y'all, I don't like dogs. Oh my God, bro, I hate dogs, bro. Like, it depends, bro. But I don't really think, because you can think a girl is young, she don't know anything, but trust me, she knows things, bro. She does. Like, she can carry herself like an older woman, like, based off how she dress. But then, cuss you out like she's like, ratchet and stuff like that. So, as I kind of look back and analyze, there really ain't no difference between them. So when guys be like, oh, like older women, they this and that, and they kind of sound like I don't want to say a sin, but it's like you're overlooking how they are just because they're older and their age gap, when they're kind of same or similar. So I don't really think there's a difference. I guess older women are older, so they have to like get into a way where like, you know what, they're about to settle down. They have to act more like a mother, or that she's right, or a wife, and blah blah blah. A younger woman, she will act nice, the best of her behavior, to get what she wants or what she may need in a moment. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think it's a part of like my nature. You know what I'm saying? Just the nature of them. So I don't really think there is a difference, in my opinion. Unless he's probably born in the 1800s, the 1600s or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because, the age of revelation, revelation came, age of technology, blah, blah, blah. Came age of the industrialization age came, so things started changing around. So she's born in the 1900s, and that, she ain't no different than a girl that's this age or that. Because, back in the 1800s and 1600s, I think times were probably a little different. In the industrialization age where things started being more manufactured and this, it began like the late 700s going to 1800s. So she's born through the 1900s, and this, she ain't no different. Just because she has a different shirt on or that, she's still gonna have her behaviors, her ways about them. So I don't really think there's a difference. You know, I don't really think there's a difference, in my opinion. Because you can have like a younger woman, like say she's like 18 up or 20, and she's just nice to you one day, and all of a sudden she becomes a prick and she cusses you the hell out, or she raises hell. You know, say like you have like a young woman, she does things for you, she may make things for you, whatever the case is, she may act nice, you know, whatever, you know, like she knows what she's doing, or blah blah blah, and then she traps you so you could settle down or whatever, or take care of her kids or whatever the case is, you know. So I don't really think there's like a difference. Maybe it's the age. Y'all let me know if I'm tweaking or not, because I don't think there's a difference. Maybe it's their age. That's it. If she's born in the 1900s going on to 2000s, when things started being more modernized, she's gonna have traits of knowing how to move and adapt and all that. She gonna have ways about that. It don't matter if she's old or young. She gonna do what she gotta do. She gonna compete. She's gonna whatever. So I don't really think there's a difference. You know, because a lot of these like older women, like some of them may kind of look like they're like younger based on how they carry themselves, but they're older than their age. And some young women, based on how they move, being responsible, you know, whatever the case is, you may think she's older, but she's really young. She's in her early 20s, like me. So it could kind of get tricky. I don't really think there's a difference. You know, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't really think there's. Maybe it's the age. Maybe they listen to a different music or that, but as far as like behavior, how they carry themselves could kind of, you know, be the same, or you know, it could like match. So I don't really think there's a difference. You know. So you guys let me know what you guys think, because I don't think there's a difference. I don't believe so. Because you got older women in marriages, like they dressing like they in their 20s, all just open, because they're just ready. You would have thought she grown up by now. She settled down. She still has that spirit in her. You know, so it doesn't really matter. It's kind of the same still. It's not the same or bad. It's just like, I don't think there's really a difference.